Oh, hey there, I'm Bobby Fox. I am a Floridian photographer based out of Gainesville, Florida, but I do work all over our beautiful state. So recently I had a friend come over who was pregnant, and I was like, I want to shoot your photos because you're pregnant, and this is amazing. And we had so much fun with it. She was just like literally dancing around my living room naked with uh, philodendron leaves, and we were both just cracking up. But she brought over this fur blanket and this beautiful harp, and she had braided her hair, and she let her braids down and created this beautiful hair texture. And I am doing a blog post about it, and I thought that I would show you what I did to achieve this larger background kind of effect. So um, currently, I am working out of my living room, which is pretty normal for a lot of photographers. I think one day I will have a fabulous studio and all of that stuff. But for now, I have a 6 foot backdrop, and it's kind of thin. It's kind of thin. You sometimes end up with this sort of look where the backdrop isn't the background of the shot, but you want it to be. And other times you don't. Sometimes there's something wonderful, almost about breaking the third wall, where you can see outside of the backdrop. And the backdrop is just a space where your subject can exist and be isolated. Um, and that could be a very cool composition. But in this case, I've got this green chair in the background. Later on, I added some other stuff down here and threw a cloth over it. But in this case, I actually I want to take away all of this background and make it green background. I'm going to crop this here. And yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that. So we're going to make the composition all about her. We're going to sort of match her shoulder up with this very strong point right here. Let's see what we got. Oh, we can pull it up a little bit more too. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, cool. That's what we've got. Great. Now, the first thing you want to do always is create a second layer. That way we have a copy of this if we need it. Now, we could go ahead and just start grabbing pieces of the background and sticking it over here, but I would like there to be a layer of basically the color that we want underneath, and the texture doesn't have to be quite right. So I'm going to use a little cheat that I do. I'm dodging, not spot correcting. I take a spot correction tool, and I would just grab all of this, select it. No, that's too much. I want to keep that bit of fur in the bottom. Now it's got to think. This is Penguin Cafe Orchestra, if you were interested. They're an amazing group out of New York that have been doing music for a long ass time. I think since the 60s or something. Really cool. Yeah, you may recognize their music from Life Aquatic. Okay, great. Now, more carefully this time, I'm going to select this area. Down to right there. Beautiful. Select the rest, and now we're going to let it think. And what it's going to do is it's going to like kind of match the color, but it's not going to do the texture of the backdrop quite right. And that's what we're going to have to go in and fix ourselves. The tones aren't going to be quite right either, but luckily we can fix that. Yeah, you can see this is not the texture that is existing over here at all. So what we're going to do, I'm going to first try to sort of match up this part right here, just because. Cool. And then we'll do the same with this here. We'll give that a second to think. All right, so next, oh, that doesn't look right at all. I don't even know where that came from. Just go like this. Boosh. Awesome. I'm going to do other edits to this photo later, like white balance and all that. This video is just for fixing the backdrop, making it look larger. You can see it's already giving us that effect, but it looks photoshopped. So that's what we need to fix next. So we're going to take our selection tool and we're going to pick this area here. I shouldn't have cropped anything off the top because I could have used that texture. What was I thinking? But whatever, this will be fine. So we're going to select that. We're going to create a new layer with just the selected area. Then we're going to free transform it. We're going to turn it and flip it and drag it over here. Okay, cool. It's obviously a lot lighter than what we're seeing, but we can fix that later. And we're going to stretch it out pretty good. Yeah, stretch out. Right over the area that was affected by that awful clone stamping. All right, cool. I'm gonna go a little larger. What'll happen is as we like make this bigger and bigger, we're gonna end up with like more pixels. We're gonna see the resolution. We're gonna see the, I don't know, not the texture that we want. But this is matching enough. What we're gonna do now is take a eraser with a brush. I'm going to erase this, and then we're going to just erase the edge so that it could blend in. Beautiful. You could also choose to feather your selection. All right, great. And then I'm going to create another copy of the same thing again. I'm going to free transform it, turn it this way. Actually, I'm going to flip it around like that. No, like this. Yes. And I'm going to drag it over here. Yeah. Where do I want to stick this? Probably along the top edge. All right, cool. That's good. And now you can see that this is blending into this really nicely. What do we want to do next? Back to our eraser. Cool. Now we can start being a little bit more gentle with our eraser. We want to bring it down to like 50%. That should do it. Let's select. I'm going to merge these together so it's not so confusing. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Awesome, we're getting somewhere. And of course we don't want our backdrop over our subject matter, so let's go ahead and get her back. All right, cool. And now we can deal with any unevenness in the background. Like, do you see how this part is darker here? I kind of like this highlight, so we're going to see if we can get that highlight back. What we've got, this is the background. This is this little edge here, which is that highlight. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to burn the midtones just in this area right here until it comes a little bit closer to what our background layer looks like. And then we're also going to dodge out our background layer to match our Band-Aid that we've put on it. So yeah, we're going to start with midtones. We're going to have to do the shadows as well. Do you see how that made the highlights just like too harsh? What we can do is we can burn the highlights as well to make them match. All right, cool. We're getting there. All right, cool. And then I think we need to pull out and to dodge the shadows just in this area so that we don't have this weird blob. Okay, cool. So that's the end of my video because I can only make them so long, but I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's how you go from, you know, tiny studio background to big studio background. No, enjoy.